Hi guys, and welcome back to Apex Guide to Adulting. In today's video I am going to be talking you through student loans, talking about 10 myths that surround student loans and giving you the actual proper answers so you guys are fully informed. So this guide is going to be more tailored to Scottish students because that's where I went to university and where the majority of my knowledge is from. However, if you are England, Wales and Northern Ireland, the guide is mostly similar. You might have slightly different banding in terms of the amount of money that you can get or your repayment thresholds for after you graduate, but I'll link everything down below for you so you guys have all the information that you need. So no, you don't actually need the money up front to go to university. The way university works is normally on a loan or a grant-based system. So your tuition fees, you don't actually pay up front. If you're a Scottish student, it's paid for you by SAS up to a maximum, I think, of 5 years. They'll fund you through university. If you are England, Wales and Northern Ireland, you will get what's known as a tuition fee loan, which will cover all of your tuition fees for the duration of your course, and that is paid from Student Finance, either England, Wales or Northern Ireland, directly to your university. So no, you don't need the cash up front to actually go. No, you won't be paying it back for the rest of your life. Currently, as the system stands for Scottish students, after 30 years, your debt is wiped, regardless of whether you only owe £100 still or £10,000. After 30 years, it's completely wiped. I believe the same can be said for the rest of the UK as well. No, it will never show up on a credit check. It can never be used against you, the debt itself, in terms of getting a mortgage, car finance, a credit card, anything of the like. However, what you will need to pay attention to when you graduate is the repayment cost to you, as they will come out of your wages. That could affect an affordability check in terms of you being able to afford to repay back said credit every month. However, the actual debt itself doesn't affect you really. Yes, you can get loans, grants and tuition fees paid for you if you are a part-time studier, but you would have to double check with the appropriate educational establishment as to exactly what you can get. And again, links will be down below. Technically, yes. The actual average Scottish leaver will leave university education with a debt of somewhere around the £30,000 mark. For English students, it's normally around the £50,000 mark, but you have to look at that number in real terms. For the majority of people, the £50,000 cost that is associated with university is absolute tosh, because the majority of people will never pay it back unless you try to repay it early, which in my opinion is probably not the smartest idea in the world. And after 30 years, the debt is wiped anyway. So actually 60% of people that go to university never fully repay the amount that they spent. No, it's not going to cost you loads and loads of money every month. Currently, in Scottish systems, you repay 9% of everything you earn over £19,330. However, the Scottish Government has committed to raising this threshold to £25,000 for the next academic year. And you don't start paying it back until the April after you graduate. No, this system isn't completely fixed, so it does mean that things may change in the future. There has been talks within the government of selling off student loans to private debt collectors, something that currently isn't enforced. However, things may change, not 100% certain. Yes, you do need to make an application every year, just in case your circumstances change. It's not a one and done hard and fast rule. Yes, you will be charged interest, as you will with all forms of credit and loans, unless you are very, very lucky. However, in terms of real world debt, it's probably one of the lowest interest rates that you can get. Currently, for Scottish students, the interest rate is 1.75%, which in terms of credit in this day and age is like non-existent. It's actually really, really good. So it's probably some of the best debt that you can ever have. So, The difference between a student loan and a standard loan is that student loans can only be given to students. They can only be given if you're registered as a student at a specific university, a specific educational institute, and you're registered on a full or a part-time basis. Normally, standard loans are given for paying off debt, buying a car, home improvements, things like that. Because student loans are designed for students, they normally have a much lower interest rate, but because you have them for longer, there's no set fixed period, which you would have with a standard loan. So a standard loan you take out over 3, 4, 5, sometimes up to 10 years, and you have a set monthly repayment that you make from the beginning of the loan term to the end of the loan term. Whereas with a student loan, you don't make any payments until the April after you graduate, but you are accruing interest on said loan from the day you take it out. And then you pay it off, so on and so forth, in little dribs and drabs, until either the loan is completely paid off or you've reached the magical 30-year mark where the rest of it is wiped. So hopefully I've answered some questions for you regarding student loans. If you have any other queries, please leave a question in the forum box, which is, I think, on this side of the screen, or drop me an email and I'll see if I can help you guys out. And I'll see you next time. Bye.